Now, let's get to the good part here. Displacement and dislocation. It's beyond your control when people sometimes lose their jobs involuntarily. You can have a layoff, reduction in force, or other elimination processes. And typically it's over people over 20 years old, but for other reasons, you had your company closed, your shift was abolished or whatever. But what happens after that? You fear sets in, your panic sets in, and you're unable to sleep. And you can either do one or two things though. You can fight or you can flight. No, you can fight this, try to make it better, or you can keep running, and guess what? It's gonna follow you. Okay, so you need to make up in your mind, which one do you want to do? Days become roller coasters of emotion. Yep, sometimes you need to talk to people about this. It's not always good to talk to yourself about it. Now, is it difficult? Is it difficult to get a job in your 40s, your 50s and 60s, etc.? Because this age group that I'm talking about right now, it can be a challenge. Hunting for jobs and not getting hired. Because this age group that I just spoke about, they make up half of the long-term unemployed. That's meaning unemployed more than 6 months in the United States. And here's another shocker that I thought was shocking anyway. Approximately 1.2 million older adults to 40s, 50s, and 60s, and etc. fall into this category. But you know what? Given that there are about more than 10.4 million jobs open, I guess you would wonder, why is it so hard to find work? Yep, you just got to keep plugging at it, keep going at it. So 5 reasons why it is challenging is lack of skill. But see, when I say lack of skills, I'm not just talking about the older people. I'm talking about lack of skill applies to younger folks too. You may be a caregiver. You may be needed at home to help someone throughout the day. Your presence may be required. And if that is the case, it's going to be a challenge for you to go out there and find that job that you want. Health concerns, more vulnerable. They say you keep having birthdays, the older you get. So you may be more susceptible to health concerns. Overqualified for entry level or low paying jobs, and I'll talk about that in just a minute, but the overqualification, think about it. Age bias, stereotypes. Oh man, the old guys, they're not digital savvy, they're hard to train, they're always mad, they're crabby. Age discrimination, oh, that's another topic all by itself. It could take all night. You can sit here and talk about age discrimination. Yeah. So what you need to do, find out what's true about what you want. Yes, you are in a panic-stricken state, but when you're doing that, sometimes you want to reach out and grab the first thing going. But guess what? There's time and there is space for you to use some form of discernment. Be careful what you're trying to get and what you choose. And you know these laws create a clearing, right? If you're already doing something that you really like, it may be in your heart to pursue that. But if it's not, it's going to be more challenging for you. Okay, but if not, that's what you're looking for. It's going to take time for alignment. What does that mean? That means you need to pivot. Admit to yourself, the current path is not what you want, but you're going to do the work to find that other job, though. It's not always easy, okay? And I'm not here to talk about frightful things. We're going to talk about some of the things in a minute to help you find those to get better. So that's what we'll talk about just a second or so. So learn how to be in the free fall and unknown what's next. Take the job and not, hold on. Now, when I say take the job, I mean take the job if the finances mandate that you take that job. What do I mean? To help you get from, tie your finances up from here to there. Some of it, I don't know, may not be able to have that lapse without finances to say, hey, I don't want that. Well, you know, I'm waiting for my preferred job. You may have to take a job sometime, but when you do that, keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball so you can be ready to transition. Because if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay? You do that. And it may be uncomfortable for you for a little while, but guess what? I'm gonna jump down here. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Don't be afraid to say no to some potentials because you need to know thy worth. Don't undersell yourself. But when I say that, I want you to think about what I just said up here at the top. If your finances mandate, you are the decision maker for this. You know you. You know you better than anybody else. So you know that worth. You know if you can dictate, you know you can dictate whether your finances are ready to stretch you from here to there. Okay? Let me tell you something else. This is an emotional time. People sometimes will try to control your emotions. Don't let them do that because if people control your emotions, they can control you. And I was told that a long time ago by a Navy captain. Said, don't let them control your emotion because they can control you. And he was right about that. Don't let anyone control you. Keep to yourself. Keep your emotion to yourself. But talk to other people about it, family members, friends, but don't let other people control your emotions. Get in a fresh start. When you get that fresh start, you got to be honest about your concern. But then when you're doing so, part of it is thinking positively. I can do this. Hey, I got this. This is easy. Game on. Let's do it. Okay. You know, when I first started, I mentioned that a discussion that you had a couple weeks ago, talking about my next 4 items here: upskill, reskill, outskill, or outplacement. I'm not going to go into depth on that because you already had that, but I will just mention it here. Upskill, you're still at your job, and the teaching employees new skills. You're still there. Reskill, okay, you're still at your job still, but you're learning an entirely different job, whereas the other one, new skill for the same job. Outskill, retraining employees to be competitive in the job market. Help find another job. You may want to start thinking, say, hey, what's going on now? But your gears start to turn. Outplacement, now that's when you say, okay, they giving my severance package here. So that means you're being terminated or laid off, moving to another job. And again, sometimes it helps to talk to family and friends. But I'm going to tell you this. Don't talk to someone if they're too close to the issue. And I'm going to say this again later on. Don't talk to someone that's too close to the issue or situation because they may give you bad information or advice. But you are the decision maker on this, okay?